Hey there. Welcome back to Golfweek Amateur Tour, the podcast. Chris, should we tell people how to join the tour?
Of course. Whether you're a seasoned member or just tuning in to learn more, we're here to help you dive into the ins and outs of the tour. If you've been on the fence about joining, there's no better time than now. It's a fantastic way to play competitive golf, meet other passionate golfers, and step up your game.
Registration opens on Green Monday. That's Monday, November 25th. All you need to do is go to amateurgolftour.net, click Join the Tour button, and pay your local tour's membership dues.
And if you want to keep up with all things Golfweek Amateur Tour, make sure you're subscribing and listening to the podcast on your favorite platform. Don't forget to download each episode, share it with your golf buddies, and if you're enjoying the show, drop us a like and a review. Your feedback helps us grow the community and reach more golfers just like you. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get in today's episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, Golfweek Amateur Tour, the podcast. Talking about all things Golfweek Amateur Tour, including interviews with tour directors, players, and course pros. Now, here are your hosts, Atlanta Tour Director Tim Newman and El Paso Las Cruces Director Chris Rocha.
Hey, Chris, long time no see. Welcome back, buddy.
Likewise, glad to be back. This is season 3 for us now?
No, we won't start season 3 until after registration opens on Green Monday.
Green Monday, not Black
Green
Friday.
Monday.
So it starts like a green apple and then turns black throughout the week, right?
Exactly.
Is that what we're going with?
Exactly. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, we can only go with what they give us. But it is a change. So registration is going to open up a few days early. So November 25th, registration for the 2024 season opens. So the first episode after the 2024 season, after November 25th, we will start our new season. So we still have some wrap up from the 2024 National Championship to do. We're going to talk to a few guests about that and a couple of regionals.
Yep.
This episode.
Yeah.
Coming up. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, it's exciting because now we're starting to get the ball rolling for the next season before we even know it.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you all can see, we're making some upgrades. We're going all video all the time, so you get to see our lovely faces.
Yep.
I think we each shocked each other by. I saw you in a state of undress, and you just saw me in a state of undress, which thank God nobody, the cameras weren't rolling for that.
Right.
Nobody
wants to see that. No, but just we're gonna see how this goes, and I'm excited for it. I know you know the magic to get it to work perfectly,
mm-hmm.
and can't wait to see how our guests react to it too.
Yeah, we'll see. But in the meantime, I want to wish everybody a happy Veterans Day to all our veterans out there. Thank you so much, for your service, and thank you and your families. Really do appreciate it. Chris, we talk all the time about our veterans and how many veterans we have across the tour, and so
right.
We don't want to forget that and thank them for their service. And I just want to do another quick shout out. Happy Mother's Day. In May. I want to make sure that we don't forget that.
Hey, we got that covered now in case we do again. We'll just refer you back to this episode.
Exactly. I think maybe we'll just do Happy Mother's Day every episode, and maybe that'll stop us from going to hell. But anyway, I'm really excited about the 2025 season. I mean, it's going to get rolling here real soon. Except we've got a couple good guests coming up in this episode. We're going to talk about Directors Cup winners.
Yep.
We'll talk about you near the end, but all of our guests are Directors Cup winners this episode, and we're going to talk about a couple of new regionals coming up as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a good episode. A great way to kick off the start of what's going to be a great 2025 season. And I can't wait for us to discuss the regionals, because that's something that we've been talking about for a while now.
Yeah, and we also need to discuss what our contest is going to be. I got a couple ideas. We won't talk about it this episode, but next episode, hopefully we'll have everything ironed out and we'll go from there. But without further ado, let's go ahead and welcome in our first guest. It's Steve Calhoun and Brandon Peterson from
North Central Florida Golfweek Amateur Tour.
Yeah, North Central Florida. And Brandon is not coming back. Where'd you go, buddy?
Brandon.
I'll text him and tell him to re-log in if we need to. Let's see here.
Come on, buddy.
Come on.
I'm clicking him.
Try logging in again. We can't get you back. Here, I texted him, so we'll see how that goes. So
yeah, I just kicked him all the way out, I think. Anyway, while we're waiting on Brandon, Steve, you won the Directors Cup, the first Directors Cup of in the history of Golfweek Amateur Tour in the Champ Flight, and you pretty much blew away the field for tour directors. How's that feel, buddy? I mean, because you go down that list. Matt Foch, Jared Beard, Randy Merrill, MK. I mean, all those guys, all you guys can play. I mean, there's no slouch really in there.
It was perseverance, right? So, I mean, golf course conditions were beautiful. Atlantic dunes, stellar, super freakishly fast greens, windy. I would say the last 4 holes playing there each day was. Can I even finish without making doubles? Like, it was that windy and that tough. And then the greens were that fast. It felt really good. Kind of an affirmation of all the work that I put in practice. And it felt good to win a cup. Like I wanted to go and play well this year. I didn't play well last year. And to have something to play for that's like that against our fellow directors who probably also practice and play and have to run events and stuff like that, to be able to go to nationals and just play your event. Really cool feeling. Dennis, top notch on the trophy. I love the idea of it. Really had fun. Kept me centered and focused. Not that the stroke play event didn't, but after my second day, I kind of felt down. Because my second day wasn't as good as I felt like my first day was, even though the score was about the same. And I just, it gave me an idea of what I needed to do to just win one or the other. And it helped me focus the third day so much more. Because I was like, I want to win by a lot, and I want to try and catch up to the leader. And so just the idea of being able to bring home some trophy, being able to go to Evan Watts and spend some money. And I did right away.
Very good.
Upgraded a little bit of equipment that'll be in play for next year. And it's a really cool piece because it's the first year, right? So it's awesome to have the inaugural cup. Want to win some more? Maybe be like Joe that's won like 7-time national champion. Maybe I'll get 7 of those. It wouldn't be a bad thing. I'm sorry my man over there missed out on his. Because we could have brought home a North Central Florida top 2 duo.
Well, Brandon was only 2 strokes back of winning in the A flight. He lost out to Derek Barnes from the Denver tour. Hopefully, we're going to get Derek on here in the next couple episodes to talk about it. But again, A flight is stacked. I mean, you go right down that list. Brandon, Tyler Hudson, JP Tassin, Ed Early, Scott Ide, and Derek Barnes. I mean, that was really close. I mean, that was A flight was relatively close to who was going to be the winner, and B flight winner sitting right down there at the bottom of the screen with Chris.
Yes, sir.
He had to go to a playoff for him to win. But Brandon, what happened? What happened to you and being 2 strokes out?
Well, I can talk about my first. What was it? I want to say it was like my first 7 holes. I was 11 over in my first 7 holes to start the championship.
Oh, wow.
And I went, I probably should have been able to bogey, par the second hole, but I went bogey, bogey, bogey. And then the par 3/8 at the Ocean course at Robert Shant Jones, I saw the guy that, went up to the box and threw it right in the water on the first shot. So I know we were in for a tough order going on there. I proceeded to throw 2 in the water and take my triple and just kept going. By the time I got to hole 13, I proclaimed to myself, I am starting my round over. And when I did that, I went 1 under for the next, 9 holes, 10 holes, something like that. And then I got to my last 2 holes and blew up. So my first day could have been a save of an 83, but ended up being like an 87 or something like that. But par for the day was 80. So
you're
I really felt like the par for all 3 days was pretty well around 80. And then my last 2 days, I should have broke 80 both days. Just kind of ended, with a couple of hiccups. Like I played better the second day at the Arthur course, which I have a bad history of. And to only have 2 3-putts for how hard those pins were, I felt pretty proud of myself. And again, really felt like I shot 77. So...
Well, at least you hung in there, and it was close. And I hope you had a good time over the course of the weekend.
I had a lot of fun. As soon as I got into myself, when I settled in and started playing golf, it ended up being a lot more fun. And I got to say, I had probably the best 3 days of playmates. My playing partners every day. We were cheering each other on. I'll just never forget one of the guys that I played with from the upstate New York tour. And he saw me struggling off the bat. And he was genuinely positive with me every hole with me. And like I said, once I kind of cracked out of it, he saw me. He even told me after 13 or 14, he was just like, you're way better than what's happening right now. So just go play. And that's what I did. So it was nice to have a lot of encouragement out there from our fellow players where, it's so easy to want to go win. But at the same time, it's kind of my mantra, even being a tour director out there, is like, let's prop each other up, because we're all out there doing the same thing.
Yeah, I would say, if you haven't been to nationals, it's an experience, right? So, you get there, you may get there a day early, you may get there for director's dinner. What a great job. We get to see all the other directors, discuss ideas, have some fun. And as a player, you go out there and you go play in the skins game if you go play. And then, the amount of work that goes into it with, the tents and the flags and the food and the setup and how clean it goes, is amazing, right? So it has a real tour feeling that you're there for something special.
Yes.
All right. Like it's something really special. You got to think about how many people are there, how many golf courses we're using, get everybody together, in and out, and it's seamless, right? And just the camaraderie with the other guys that you're playing with, you're playing with some really good players, and you got to keep your head on. You got to keep, you may have a bad hole here or there, but what's nice is it's a 54-hole tournament, right?
Right.
So, like Brandon said, hey man, I sucked out of the gate, like I wasn't good, but he kept going, right? And he kept it going, and he almost won, right? And the second day, I think I started out, I think I was even through 6 or 7, and then it hit the fan, and I don't even know what happened. Like I didn't really hit the ball bad. It's just some bad bounces off the green into the rough, like a yard off, led to a bogey. Another bogey. Before I knew it, I was like, I'm 6 over. I didn't even really hit a bad shot. But the fact that, you got 54 holes, you got a real event, 54 holes to make up some ground, maybe do something explosive in a good way. And the way the guys treat each other out there, like the groups that we had the 3 days that I played, I think we all have respect for each other because we all know that we can be good. We all know that we might struggle, and we all try and, there wasn't anybody in our group that was like angry or anything like that. We had one guy that was a little bit hurt, and he took a swing on one shot, and I think all three of us walked over and were like, "Are you okay?" Yeah, because he had kind of blown out his right knee. Styles. And so we were just like, "Styles, you all right, man?" And he's like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna be all right," But it's just the caring, and and I think that comes out for the whole entire year. Is we're there to win, we're there to kick some butt, but we also we care about each other as a family. So really great environment.
Yeah, it's
I
good
really
to hear
think that says a testament too about like what our tour does for our players. Like our emails out to our players when we give a results finale of what happened. I'm like a reporter down there learning about what happened on the course to find out what happened that nobody else would know unless they came and told me, and I can report that back to everybody, on the email on Monday. And I give everybody wrestling nicknames, and we give out MVP awards, and those MVP awards ended up getting Richard Hudson his first national championship. Yeah. So we were able to get people. We had 18 players out of 97 members come to nationals because of our split season model. So really, really awesome stuff to build a community like we do.
Yeah, that's awesome. And again, it's good to hear that camaraderie is even at the champ play at the highest levels. You hear about it. Obviously, Chris talks about it a lot in the B flight where he's at, and C flight and D flight. But the majority of players aren't coming from champ flight and hear that from that those types of sportsmanship are throughout. It's really good to hear.
Yeah, it was really awesome to see, because, first of all, you never want to see somebody play so bad that they don't want to come back.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But the gentlemanliness of it, of being aware and knowing what everybody else is doing on the golf course, I thought was top notch this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Dennis does a good job, and tour directors do a good job of being like, be mindful of the players that you're playing with.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
Don't walk, don't talk, keep it, professional. Like, we want to act like professionals.
Right.
And you can be an amateur, but if you act like a professional, people will like you more. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's switch gears a little bit. We're going to a new regional course this year.
Yeah, Farmer.
Tell us about that place. I mean, I've seen it. I've heard some things about it, and I've seen the website doesn't have a whole lot. So tell us a little bit about Cabot Farms.
So it used to be known as Whirlwoods. I never played it. Brandon played it.
I did.
Yeah, we got invited. Yeah, we saw it both kind of online on Facebook, getting attacked by ads, and come to find out that one of our players actually is in charge of the whole entire construction project, the green project construction of Citrus Farms. So he invited us down to go play. And I'll say this, Brandon and I have gone to a lot of different resorts. I've gone to resorts in Cabo. I've gone to resorts, Stream Song. I went to Conservatory here, Hammock Beach. We've been to Sea Island. Sea Island's beautiful. This place really blew me away. All right. Top notch, great golf course. I thought the design was extremely playable, like crazy design, but it's playable. Like, we've gone to Stream Song and played, and I'm like, I got to hit a 4-iron up there and land it within 3 feet of this one little patch to hold it. Oh, I mean, I'm good. I don't know if I'm great, and you hit a shot and you get up there and you got a 145-foot putt. All right. And I didn't feel that way. I didn't feel that way at Citrus Hills or Citrus Farms. Beautiful property. So what you're going to see is top-notch driving range with Top Tracer. All right. Best golf carts in town. They're going to have 4 different restaurants that you can eat at.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah, they have a huge putting course. All right. Like, it looks like a mountain of a putting course, like up, down, around. You think about it. Plus practice areas to putt and chip and everything like that. 2 courses. They also have like a 60, 70, 80-yard wedge course that is open all night. And in the middle of that patch, kind of not in the middle of it, off to the left side of it, there are food trucks, all right, that have beer and food and pizza. And you can just sit outside on a couch that they told us cost like $10,000 to build. I'm like, those are some expensive 2x4s, bro. So whatever it is. But the ambiance there, I thought, was phenomenal. I thought the golf course was in really good shape, really playable. It's firm. It's fast. I mean, when you hit the ball off the tee, Daddy felt good again, man. I mean, I was hitting 330, 340 yard bombs.
Wow.
All right. That doesn't happen like as much as I wish it did, because like a bomb for me now is like 297, 300. But with the firm fairways and the run out, I was like, man, I got 7-iron into this par 5. Hell yeah. Like let's have some fun. I had a brutal hole. Like I think hole number 2 was 495 par 4. All right. But I hit a good drive and I had 195 yards in because the ball will roll out there. Here's the cool thing about Cabot. You're going to go there. We're not staying there. It's a little bit, the beds are a little bit expensive. And it's per bed. It's not per room or per unit. But they're going to have skeet shooting and axe throwing. All right. Yeah. I mean, you're like, if you want to just sit there and be stupid all day long and have some fun, you can. And then I think they have like 150 different kinds of whiskeys. So Dennis may never leave.
Nice.
I'm all right with that too. Chris, it seems like I think we're going to spend a lot of time in Florida this year.
You can.
Yeah.
Come on down. Yeah.
Yeah. It seems that way. I mean, he said whiskey and I already put that on the top of the list.
See?
Yeah.
And
I think they had actually on the shipping course, right, B? Didn't they have like a whiskey truck there? Right?
Yeah.
Like,
everything was there.
I was like, all right. Yeah. I mean, everything. I was like, oh my gosh.
Very well thought out
whiskey
on
and food
every little
trucks,
detail.
Every detail, it's like, it's done, right? Like you're like, oh, okay. Yeah. No, oh, all right. Like you get to the first tee and they're like, here, have the most delicious orange peel scented sugar cookies in the whole entire world. With you get a bottle of water and it says Cabot Citrus Farms. And they're like, this is the bottle that you're going to use today. Fill it up at the filling up stations. You're not getting another one. And you're like, okay, well, at least I know that, and there's tons of filling stations. Like you're never going to go without water. So.
To echo Steve's point about the playability of the course, okay, I want to say, Steve, we played 6,900, I want to say, and we gained
I think mine was 71. I think it was 71 because
mine was like 69 or 68, which is a little bit more than what I traditionally play for our tour boxes. But I gained a club, right? You were hitting it long. The greens aren't as big as Stream Song, so you really feel like you have a shot to score. As long as you put it on the green, it might run in. Like, remember, I almost had a hole in one. I hit it onto the green and it started funneling towards the hole, and we thought it was going in, and it was 3 feet behind it. But it was fun. A lot of fun.
Do you know which courses you guys are playing for that event?
Yeah, we're going to play both of the courses that they have open, which is the Karoo and the Roost.
They're called the Karoo. Yep,
so
and the Roost, yep.
And the Roost.
Just
so both of the
opened
courses that are
month.
open, we'll get to play. Yeah.
Man.
So we get both of the courses. The staff there was excited because they were like, oh, how many guys are you bringing? I'm like, I hope we have over 100. We might get to 130 if it's popular, And the guy was like, oh my gosh. He's like, so do you need a dining area? I'm like, no, we don't do anything like formal dining. The guys just may want to go over here, or they might want to go over there, or they might want to go axe throw and eat, or axe throw and drink, which might get dangerous. You never know, but they have so many little areas that after the regional, our players are going to be able to and they'll have it fully staffed, and you can go there and hang out with your buddies. You can go there and hang out. You can go back to your hotel room if you want. The property itself is very unique. I almost felt like I was in St. Lucia. All right.
Yeah.
Like just away from it all. Like,
right.
Like you're like, oh man, I'm away now. Like, can I just stay here? Cause this is awesome.
The greenskeepers are talking about how the feel is kind of like a North Carolina Irish feel, right? Like you kind of have like this sandy, rugged area, natural, undulating, and you're just kind of surprised by the playability because of how big of a golf course it is. But you're just like, wow, this is so pretty. And then every group is going to have a mandatory 4 caddy, so we shouldn't be losing balls out there. We should all make sure we're keeping it going. So that'll be a fun add-on to the regional.
So it's the regionals June 7th and 8th.
Correct.
So in 30 seconds, sell it in 30 seconds to the golfer, and then another 30 seconds to the golfer to bring their family.
Okay. So, I mean, you're coming to Florida, so bring your family. You can go to Disney, you can go to Tampa, you can go to SeaWorld. What do you want to do? You want to go scalloping or just out on the golf for the day and see pink dolphins? And if you're a golfer and you've dreamed of playing Pine Valley with a little bit of Pinehurst, all right, this is your guy right here. All right. They've combined them both. And then you want to throw some axes at each other afterwards.
That's what I'm talking about. Anybody with little kids were throwing axes. Yes.
So was that 30 seconds? Did I get you?
You're good, but if you're trying to sell me, it's whiskey and food trucks.
Whiskey and food trucks.
Whiskey and food trucks.
I was going to say they made that pizza, Steve, in a fire, like it was a fire burnt pizza right there for you, wasn't it?
Yeah. The pizza truck that's there actually has like a brick oven. Like it's a fully closed, like Adobe brick oven that they cook it in there. I mean, they're just slamming pizzas out left and right. And when I got done with my round, I'm like, I'm going straight up there. And that's where I'm going, because I saw the lights in between the trees. The sun was starting to set. I'm like, man, like really, like this is gorgeous. And then they're going to have, I mean, if you bring your wife and you want to go to dinner, I mean, they're going to have top-notch dinner in there. They're going to have a restaurant where you can sit down with two. Like I don't think they're missing anything, and they're not even 100% open yet. Like,
yeah, like this is as new as it gets for a resort, right? Like they just opened the Roost in October, and it is walking only for $490 a round.
Jesus.
Whoa. Like it is a walking only course. So we get the privilege of having the first weekend after they're in season where we get the carts and we get both courses. And what do they say, Steve? They're not going to aerate the Roost for us. They're going to let us be able to.
They're not going to aerate.
Stay
they're
open.
Not going to aerate either golf course. So yeah, they're going to wait for us to play to delay their aerifying until after we're done. Yeah. So
Well,
they were excited to have us. They were like, "You're bringing 100 guys." I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Dude, how do I sign up for this?"
Yeah, we need to get 130 guys out there, 132 players out there.
For sure.
We just need to do it. Do you have a price point on it yet? Or we're still working?
What are we looking at, B? You had it.
If you don't have it, that's fine.
$590 all in.
Wow.
Yeah.
$590 all in. So we're cheaper than
what?
Sea Island.
Well, I mean, you just said what, $480 for walking course only, the Roost, and you're $110 more to play both?
Yeah. Now, if you're like a Florida resident, they have months that you can go play. They're called Die outside.
Mm-hmm.
The end of June, July, August, and I think that's it, right, B? September it stops. So, and if you're a Florida resident or a county resident in that area, I think they're letting people play for like 200. But
here
it's hot,
just 200.
bro.
Oh, okay.
It's hot. It's 100 degrees. Yeah, with 100% humidity and 100% lightning almost guaranteed.
There you go. Let's do that.
I don't know if you've been to Florida in the summer, but it's nasty. It's probably like Hilton. Yeah. So, but yeah, I think guys are going to be really excited about it. It's a unique property. The golf course is just disgusting. Like I had so much fun there. I was like, really? Like I said, I played a lot of the other top dogs and really kind of walked away with like, not my favorite course. And this was definitely a top 4 course for me.
Will you guys be having accommodation rates?
Yeah, so we'll get together with the hotels around there, and we'll get a group rate at the couple of hotels that are within about 15, 20 minutes of the golf course. I think there's one that's like 10 or 12, out on the highway. There's a toll road that comes in from it, right from the airport, that you can get to it pretty easily. If you fly into Orlando, you can do I-4 to a toll road and then up. So you can get a hotel, and then if you want to be west of it, you can be within 10 or 15 minutes of the beach if your family wants to go to the beach. So, it's that far west in Florida that you could almost smell the ocean, right? And it's funny because the way the sun hits the water on the Gulf, the sky over there has a different look, all right? It has almost like a different atmospheric look because it's on the ocean. I don't know if you guys get that, like in Hilton Head, where
Sometimes
you kind of get that glare off the water where the sky just looks different. That's what this looks like.
Yeah, it's so I know what you're talking about down there, and it's not nearly what it is in Florida, but we do get that a little bit. So you guys also do tournaments with some really good trophies. Are you still going to do the Axe Trophy again this year?
Oh yeah. Right. That's like our number one staple.
Now.
Yeah, I love
it's tradition. I
love that
Axe Trophy. You want to see the Axe? I'll go get you the Axe.
Let's show everybody the Axe, because last time we had you on, Brandon, we didn't have video.
Yeah. And then I also just want to correct myself. So if you stay at the resort at Cabot Farms, it's $280 to walk. But if you just come out on your own to play, it's $395 to walk the golf course. And they have a peak and a shoulder season. So it's really interesting how they have it all set up. And I think it's going to be an unbelievable deal for everybody to come check out Cabot. And I get addicted to looking at Golf Digest and their flyovers of courses. There's the Cabot Cliffs. There's the Cabot St. Lucia. Now you have Cabot Citrus Farms. Like, the Cabot name has a wonderful brand. And just as Steve and I were able to really digest everything, it was really just an immaculate experience.
That's cool.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys down there. This is what I want to see.
See, I don't know if I can
get these every Black Friday.
Like that.
See, that's awesome. And those are not the axes that we're throwing at each other.
No, not a Cabot. No, not a Cabot. Because if you did, I'm not sure you'd make it out. We have that one.
Steve will carry his around with him just to show it.
Belt? Yeah, I will put it on a belt. Like for our first event, I'll bring it, and I'll put it on my belt and I'll wear it before the round.
Nice.
So, be fine. This is what we give our champion for each flight. All right.
I like it.
They get a little, it'll fit on your head. Yeah. So
it's the mini belt
from Undisputed. Be wearing that after a few.
Yeah. We play one tournament very close to where Ted Williams is from. So yeah, we got one of those. I don't know if you can see the.
Yep.
That's awesome.
That.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Brandon put
straight
the Phillies
from
on there
Louisville
because I'm a
Slugger.
Phillies fan. So, but yeah, but that's one of our trophies. We do minis of these, right, B? Or is it the bat?
We did the
is
minis
it the full
for
bat, or is it a mini?
It's a mini bat.
Yeah.
So
those
we use that for Black
last
Diamond.
Year we did like a deer antler. We did a deer antler that actually had Native American arrowhead on it for our Deer Creek event. That one right there, that guy right there. Yeah.
Nice.
Really cool looking.
And this was put in a crystal.
So
cool. This was part of the trophy.
Yeah, we did Das Boot. So like what's the movie? What's the movie?
Beer Fest. Beer Fest.
Super Troopers, but it's Beer Fest. Yeah, where you got to turn the boot. We have Das Boot. We gave that away for one of ours. So, we got some crazy trophies.
Yeah. So anybody who wants to go down and win a unique trophy, North Central Florida is a place to be. That's where you go.
Here's what we got going for our regional. So, I think Brandon and I are gonna try and get this to where if any tour brings 5 players, all right, we can do of course like a cup, like a team cup, and we have ordered the gator head.
Oh,
all right, yeah,
It's a gator skull.
yeah, it's a gator skull. Yeah, with big ass teeth. So
That's
and
awesome.
the winner of the Cabot Farms regional get to take home this big ass gator head
with big ass teeth
for the year with big ass teeth. Yeah. So
all right, Chris.
yeah, we try. And we're like, what would you want to win, bro? I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. So we have fun with it.
Chris, you need to bring
but
some
that would be
El Paso
like
players
for
out
like
there,
the
buddy.
Florida Cup or something between the tours.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to call it the Florida Cup. Yeah, but like Chris, if you brought 5 guys from El Paso, you're in, you know?
It's you guys were, even though you guys were the first guest, we saw the list and we were already trying to figure out where, but I think you guys want to sold me. Tim, mark it down. I'm sold already.
Yeah. See. So for me, it's a drive. I can get there in a couple hours. So I'm already there.
Well, yeah, you come
just,
to Jack's first and then stay with me the night and then we drive down the next day.
I'm just going to shame you, Chris. I'll just shame you into, you got to be there. And all you have to do is tell your wife.
I already looked. It's only an hour and a half away from Orlando, so I can convince
Correct.
my wife to go easily. I can just leave her there and drive to the tournament.
Yeah, how old are the
60
kids?
miles north of Tampa?
Right. Yeah. She'd be happy just to go to Disney for a week by herself. So.
Okay. Yep.
No convincing there.
Guys, thanks so much for joining us. I really do appreciate it. Steve, congratulations on being the very first Directors Cup winner. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys at Cabot Farms.
Yeah, hope so. All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, gentlemen.
We appreciate you.
All right.
Let's take a break from the show to hear about Srixon's ZX Mark II drivers.
ZX Mark II drivers are for major players, major winners, major power. All new ZX Mark II drivers, only from Srixon.
Tim, what a great conversation with Steve and Brandon. Their regional is enticing. I mean, all these regionals that we have are enticing. But to play a brand new course, literally that they're barely opening up, and I think they said the first groups that are going to be able to use carts out there, and have a 4 caddy and all that. That's a solid way to kind of win us over if we're going to be traveling the regionals. That's for sure.
Exactly. They talk about, for me, I'll ride around the course and it'll be nice and all this stuff. But, for me, the food trucks and the throwing the axes and the whiskey and bourbon and all the other stuff, lots of stuff to do. And again, if you look at their price point, it's a bargain.
Right. I mean, but honestly, like all these regionals price points are a bargain. There's nothing you can't go wrong with them.
Yeah.
But I just think, being able to go to Florida, be, an hour, whichever way you decide, to a major city and have things to do for the family, have the resort with things to do for the family. I think that's what these regionals bring, because you're able to take everybody with you and not just go and golf.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that isn't the wrong thing to do either. It's not a bad thing to do. Just go out there and golf and relax. Don't get me wrong. Let me just cover both sides.
No, I understand, but you've locked yourself in, which I think is a good thing.
I think so, and it's there'll be a lot of planning, because I have a big trip next year that I'm kind of saving up for. So we'll see what happens. But I know we're gonna travel a little bit, so that's exciting as well.
Well, I think we're gonna spend. You and I are gonna spend a lot of time in Florida.
That's what it sounds like. I mean, we still got a long ways to go before we decide, but there's that one. There's the one in Ohio that we're planning on. Like it's gonna be great.
Yeah, it is. The one in Ohio, it's just gonna be phenomenal. But our next guests, they're from Florida, so we're gonna stay in Florida for this episode. It's gonna be the Florida episode.
Hook 'em.
Two more Directors Cup winners, and they also have a senior regional and a Golfweek regional. So let's go ahead and we'll bring in the South Florida Tour Directors, Mark Klink, and somebody who has been on the show before, Terry Lawson. Mark and Terry, thank you so much for spending some time with us tonight, and welcome to the show. And Terry just left us. He just come in and he leaves.
That's
That's the way I'm used to it.
Well, Mark, let's start with you till we get Terry back. Congratulations on winning Director's Cup. In
Yeah,
seniors.
thanks. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was really neat. So I'm trying to compete for the win. I ended up third place, but also me and Robbie Robinson, who we're taking over the Orlando Senior from, were battling it out for the Director's Cup. I think I beat Robbie by 1 stroke.
Okay.
And on top of that, Robbie and I were doing the 2-man together. So I'm wanting him to play well, but I don't want him to beat me.
Right.
Play well, Robbie, but not too well. Right?
Yeah, and I beat Robbie by 1 stroke, and we won the 2-man event too, so that was fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So you shot 82.79, and what courses did you play?
Oh man, now you're going back. Robert Trent Jones on day 2, and
That's right. You were
Oyster.
there. Mhm.
Yeah, I like Robert Trent because 9 holes to me are like Florida.
Right.
So
Exactly.
the other 9 are Hilton Head holes, but the other 9 holes are really good.
Yeah, and out of all the people that are on this call right now who won Director's Cup, and that's 3 of you, you're the only one that actually shot within your flight range.
Settle down.
So you had 2 good B flight rounds.
Yeah, and the senior side, I don't want to talk about the golf week side, but
Well,
the senior side, yes.
that is what it is. But we've got Terry over there who is the first 2-time Director's Cup winner. He won both the golf week side and the senior side, and he shot. And this is in the C flight. He shot 5 solid D flight rounds to win the Director's Cup.
Wait,
Good Lord.
I'll tell you.
Way to go. Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got you, bud.
Okay, good. Sorry.
That's all right.
To the coffee pot here. Middle of my shift. I know I'm a night shift guy. I'm a vampire, so trying to stay awake for the rest of the shift. I got lucky, First of all, Dennis had talked about having a Director's Cup, but, he always talks about a lot of stuff. So we went in there thinking, oh, man, we're going to play for the Director's Cup. Well, then it kind of turned it into a big deal, and it kind of turned it into something super fun. So first, right, with the freaking 6,400 yards. And then the second day we got into Hilton Head, and that was good. I like Hilton Head golf just because I normally can keep it in play. Then the third day, back to that freezing cold too, by the way, in the morning. And we went back to Hampton Hall again and got my butt kicked by the wind, just playing stupid. I lost my focus, but held on and won, and went back and tried to catch Chris in the playoff, but missed it. Lollygagging around probably in the food tent while he was out there in the playoff, but it was super fun. And then that was cool, winning the first ever Sea Flight Director Cup. Then we lollygagged around. I played golf every single day, by the way, while we were out there. I mean, I played like 10 rounds in 11 days. It was sick. And I just ran out of gas in the seniors. I came out and played well on the first day in the seniors, and the second day, my driver went. I should have thrown in the lake. My driver quit on me after 10 days of being on. It was off, and I had my sights on that Sea Flight Championship. I think, my window's getting smaller and smaller as I get older. I'm 63 years old, so there's 50-year-old senior guys out there bombing the ball to 275 all day long, and like Mark. And if you ever seen Mark play golf, Mark cuts it loose, buddy. He don't hold nothing back on that driver. And, I probably saw a squirrel or something and ran off in the woods to try to catch it. And next thing you know,
hey, what you do in the woods, man? You don't need to tell us what you're doing in the woods, man.
A lot of stuff goes on in the woods during a golf tournament, sir. I don't know
sure.
if you know that.
I'm sure.
I can tell you this. Tara and I are sharing a house with, 5 of our other players. And I think he was more excited to win that Director's Cup trophy and bring it to the house than if he had won the national championship. I swear, I think he was more excited about the Director's Cup.
You know what really got excited was winning an award at the directors meeting. That meant a lot to me. That really meant a lot to me because, Mark and I, and Mark particularly, because, without Mark, I'm freaking dead in the water, but he works so freaking hard at this. And when we got called up at the directors meeting, total shock, it was a new award. It was based on your percentage of growth and things like that. And I mean, that was really exciting. Got a mule cup that I'm going to make one drink in that cup one of these days. It'll take me about 2 hours to finish it, but I'm
all
up
you need
for
is
the
one
challenge.
drink.
Yeah, I only need one drink. And then the Spiff Awards came out. I don't know if you guys saw it. You probably looked at it, but super proud of our tour, man. We have about a 90-member tour this year in the Golfweek side, and we came in second place in the people showing up. So that says a lot about our players. It says a lot about the emailing and the networking we do with our players. We encourage them all year long to come to nationals. It's so much fun. And, over 20 South Florida players to the belt this year, and that's pretty impressive. When we had some guys up there in the money, we had a couple that were, we bringing it when we come somewhere. That's for damn sure.
Yeah,
next year, representing Orlando, we're gonna bring it big time.
Well, my guess is, with the regional, I mean, you're gonna have, 5 guaranteed winners.
That's
anyway,
true.
Right?
That's true. And
pretty fine.
I don't know, if Mark talked to you at all about these regionals, but the PGA Village in Port St. Lucie, honest to goodness, guys, and this is not just because we're there, it's a straight up 5-star resort. There is not one thing that you can think of at a golf course that they don't have. And I'm talking about service, conditions, treatment, professionalism, quality course. I mean, there's some hard damn golf courses, but they're fair golf courses. There's 3 different courses, and I mean, they're all championship courses, in my opinion. And everybody who plays there feels the exact same way. I mean, it's amazing. And that's on the Golfweek side. We're excited. We've always wanted to have a regional there. We call PJ Village our unofficial headquarters of South Florida Golf Tour. And man, 5-star as you can get. Very private. That's what Mark's worked so hard to build this relationship with them. The members don't like it because we come in there and we maybe hoop it up a little bit too much, on the last day or whenever we're giving out the trophies. We may or we may not have been asked to keep it down in the bar what time or two, and a couple members may have ventured over into the members area of the clubhouse where we weren't supposed to be. But, we're just looking around. We're just trying to catch a deal. But what a great place. Yeah, like I said, Mark did a great job on that this year.
We're excited for both the regionals. Mission Inn for the senior, same time frame that Robbie's always done it in March. And then I think it's the Florida's oldest course, the one horse. And then the PGA Village one. I mean, we're so excited. It's Memorial Weekend. We're doing it on Sunday, Monday. And not everybody knows it, but they will on Saturday on their third course. We're going to do a senior event in the afternoon. So for some of the guys who come in for the weekend that are seniors, they'll be able to play a senior event with us and then do the 2-day regional for Golfweek.
Well, that's a pretty good weekend right there.
It is Memorial Weekend, so.
Sorry, Chris, you don't qualify for the Saturday round yet.
Oh, man.
You get it. Tim, you do, so you can. Come on down.
Maybe I will bring my clubs for that. We'll see.
Heck yeah, man. Love that. We would love that. We would. We've really been lucky this year. We're super lucky. What a great year. What a great year.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the regionals that are in Florida. Okay, so you guys are the 25th and 26th. The almost a week later, 10 days later, Cabot Farms. Yeah, I think I think what people need to do is just take 2 weeks vacation and go down there and play these regionals.
What do you think the snowbirds do every year, bro? Good Lord. They just take a longer vacation. Now they're already trekking into our state. And,
well, see, at that time of year, they're probably heading north.
Yeah, Easter. They all leave just
that's true.
Like a train. We all wave bye-bye. Thank you for your dollars. Thank you for keeping our state. Thank you for having a snow state income tax. We love you. But get the hell out of here.
But even when the snowbirds leave, people still can't drive in Florida. I mean, they're probably
That's
the worst.
true. Oh, yeah. Come on. It's the Wild Wild West down there. You could drive a wagon. You could drive a rocket. You could drive, you could ride a kangaroo. They don't give a damn in Florida, man. It's all fun. Great place to live. It's a great place to be from, too.
Have you all priced the regionals out yet? If you haven't, that's fine.
Yeah, just sent it to her. It's going to be three. And to Nicole, it's going to be $335 for the admission in and $350 for the PGA Village.
Jeez.
Stop it.
And that's a deal and a half right there. That's $1 million deal. That's an unbelievable pricing. Like I said, Mark worked his ass off with these people negotiating. I mean, back and forth. And you guys are both tour directors. You know how difficult it is. Yeah. To get somebody on the phone first, and then get them to agree to something and give us a deal like this. They're letting us into a private club. Not one time, not two, not three, but like, Mark, are we going 5 times to PGA Village in 2025?
Yes.
Our schedule is sick, man. We have the sickest schedule. It's unbelievable. We're going to have a freaking amazing 2025. Amazing.
Well, let's talk about that then. What do you have? Because we haven't been able to post it yet. Everybody knows registration opens up on Green Monday, whatever that is. It's the 25th. It's right before Thanksgiving. So we're just going to name every day something special. So the day doesn't, have its feelings hurt. But it's the Monday before Thanksgiving, and that's when the schedule will open up and you can register. So talk about what you've got.
Well, I'll talk about our senior tour. So this is our first year taking over the Orlando Senior. And when we took it over, we talked to Dennis and said, we'll do it in Orlando, but Terry and I live on the coast. That's why we started the South Florida one, because we were tired of driving Orlando all the time. So we're splitting it up between the East Coast and Orlando. So now we're not using the same old courses over and over and again in Orlando. We're getting to be able to pick the best courses from the coast and the best courses from Orlando to play on. But we are going to have, besides our regional mission in, we're going to have a 2-day at a place called Reunion Resort, which it's phenomenal. We're doing the, we're doing a combo 2-day with Jacksonville down at the PGA in West Palm with PGA National.
Home of the Bear Trap.
It's the Bear Trap, the Honda Classic. So we're doing a combo event with them. And then we wrap up our year in. We'll be back down to PGA Village again for another 2-day for our seniors and our golf week guys. So we're really excited.
We're on the roll, man. We are PGA. It's the 2025 PGA Golf Course Tour for us this year. Sure.
Well,
exciting.
Do you have an extra room in your house?
Right?
For you guys, always, man. What are you kidding me? We got a pond and everything for you to swim in. What are you talking
pool
about?
Or pond? The pond will be good for you.
As long as there's whiskey, we'll be all right.
That's right. We got that too, brother. You guys need to stop by our party one year at Nationals if you think there's any shortage of adult beverages. It's quite a time.
I'm sure it is.
We had Mark's a hell of a cook. We put on a big old cookout every year at Nationals, and it is a blast.
That pigeon must have been lost for our invitation, Tim, because we didn't get it this last year.
It's open, man. It's open. We invite people. We invite everybody. We're just like, come on by, man. Have fun. We had a giant poker game this year. We had freaking
you're hurting my feelings now.
Man.
You're hurting my feelings now.
Plus, we don't rent a shack.
We're taking a donation.
Please,
Okay,
Tim.
Chris,
this is about to get ugly.
well, see, they figure out how to attract us now. They're talking about food and booze
Yes, sir.
and gambling.
Yeah.
You know,
And
so
poker.
that's so. If anybody's listening, that's how you get us to come around. If you don't
Yeah,
want us
and
to come
good
around,
football.
don't talk about those things. And if you do, food, booze, and poker, we're there.
Count me in next year, right?
But yeah, we're
We'll
excited.
do it.
Yeah, we rent a big old house. I mean, it sucks because I don't like stairs, but we always get a 2 or 3 story house, and he'll put me on the top. I think he tries to get me down, even though I'm not in his flight. But
It's always my fault.
Of course.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
so what about the
I'm
golf week
looking at
side?
our schedule right now. We're going to some courses, Tim, that, I mean, I see on here 2 or 3 private courses. There's a course that we played this year in Palm Beach County, and it's called the North Palm Beach Country Club. It is actually a public golf course, and it's Jack Nicklaus design, and it is in the town where Jack Nicklaus lives, just a few minutes away from his home. And you want to talk about a fun golf course, man, we had a blast there. We're going back there again this year. We're going to the Florida Club, which is a 5-star club in Jupiter area more, really. It's not that far south. And, I mean, I'm looking at it. Point West, another private course in Vero Beach. Mark's done a hell of a job, man. We are booked 5-star. We're going over, and those are all Golf Week tours. I mean, just looking at Golf Week, we're slam packed. There's a very good chance Mark and I be single at the end of the 2025 golf season.
I'll tell you this, Tim, and I'm sure you've run multiple tours, but running multiple tours in the same area and then still not trying to overlap the Orlando Golf Week tours and not overlap other regionals.
Right.
It's hard to fill out a schedule. It's
It
tough.
It is. And you know, even with as many courses that you have in that area, right? I mean, with all the good courses that you have in Florida with the different tours, like I said, it's hard to get courses without overlapping. But the positive that you have is it doesn't really matter where you have it. You're going to get crossover play from at least one other tour every tournament, right? So whether
Pretty
it's
much.
Jacksonville, whether it's Tampa, North Central Florida, I mean, it doesn't really matter if you're playing a good course in Florida, you're going to attract, I mean, people from other Florida tours almost every week.
Yeah, we always do. And don't forget to throw in the Orlando Golf Week that Armin just took over this year. And, we got to meet him at the director's meeting.
Mhm.
So first and foremost, we have to not, butt heads with Armin simply because, we're in the same city with our senior tour, and we cross play with Orlando, all the time anyway, with both tours. And, now we're dragging Shane into our senior side. I don't know if you've seen that, but Shane and Maria and the Tampa are actually going to offer a combo membership by joining Tampa and the Orlando Senior to bring us to West Coast players.
Oh man, that's going to be really good for you guys. It really is.
Right. I reached out to Brandon. I need to make a call to him because I write emails about the way I talk. I stutter and I hum and I hum. And I hum. So
well, hold on, Terry. Hold on, stop. Terry,
to
stop
him.
right there for a second. But I teach a course on how to help people be better public speakers.
Yeah, well, guess what?
I'll give you a discount
right here.
I'll give you a discount.
Yeah, I need one. I speak a lot at work and I speak in front of a lot of people, but I just, I'm a redneck, man. I have to catch myself so I don't throw a JD or an MFer out there when I'm talking to a CEO. So I just got to be careful with it. And, I'm a construction guy. I have been all my life. So it's real easy to say the wrong things. And we're getting there. We're getting there. We have a lot of fun. If you come around and ask your wife, she's been at one of our tournaments early in our very first year, and we have so much fun out there in our tour. I mean, the bars in every course that we go to,
The bars
absolutely love us. When the
I'm sure they
tournament's
do.
over, we go in there. Yeah, we don't just say, here's your trophy, see you later. No, everybody comes in for that part. We have a ball, man. Just a family, you know.
You guys, you're going to your 4th year or 5th year?
This will be 4 for Golf Week. So I think it's going to blow up this year. I really do. I mean, we've had steady growth, obviously. We won an award for it. It's called a major award, by the way. We call it that. We call it that in the house. It's a major award.
Yeah, our goal for next year is to get both of them over 100 members,
Right.
and we're pretty close.
Circle, get in the circle at the directors meeting.
Yeah.
Get in the golden circle.
Yeah,
So
I see you guys getting to at least a 125 with Golf Week.
I'd love that.
I mean,
That'd be
you're not that
amazing.
far away.
I agree.
Yep.
And it's really, once you get a good piece of incremental growth like you got this past year, the next year you're going to get about that same size incremental growth. And then, from there, it's really about making sure that your guys are bringing people with them.
Right.
If half of the field brings somebody with them every week, just think about what that can do. And again, with the courses that you all are playing on, I mean, heck, $300 some for a 2-day regional at the PJ Village. I mean, join just for that, right?
Yeah.
And then,
right.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then you're
They
hooked.
will. Some will.
And then you're
They'll
hooked.
show up that week.
Right. So that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
we're
awesome.
happy, man. We're happy. We're excited. We're pumping out freaking deposits like it's a little. Holy smoke!
And nobody
Wait.
told us what we had to do a deposit for the regional, how much that was going to be.
So Mark is pumping out deposits.
So I tell Terry how much there you put on his credit card.
Oh, okay.
Thank God for Amex. They're undying trust in me. They're so stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, guys, thanks so much for joining us. I really do appreciate it, and I'm looking for. I'm going to see you guys a lot for sure.
Good.
Yeah.
Chris,
Definitely
we
come down.
come too. We'd love to have you. You know that, bro.
Definitely come down for the PGA one.
Well, I will, because it's driving distance for me. And
Sure.
we can work something out. We'll guilt Chris on some other things, to get him whatever. But I can drive down, to both of those, and like I said, I'm gonna be in Florida a lot. I might as well just get a driver's license and stay at your house, Terry.
Oh, you can get one of those easy in Florida. You don't just go in there and just give them the money.
Don't even need ID, right? You just need driver's license.
Just say, hey, driver's license here. And that's all. I don't use my turn signals. Oh, you must. Yeah, you can have one. You're good, sir.
Oh, guys.
Lordy.
Chris,
Well, again,
congratulations on that playoff win, by the way. That was freaking smoking deal. That was cool.
Thank you. I mean, that was a lot of fun. Probably the most pressure I've had all weekend. And
yeah, but still, that was, you played well all week. I watched your scores, man. You had a great Hilton Head, so that was cool to see. I know that you were sweating it. You've been sweating it. I've been listening all year, listening to Tim back about it, and then you showed up, man. And so, congratulations on that, bro.
I appreciate that. That means a lot. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. And Newman, you know how I feel about you. You're my
Yeah, I
homeboy.
appreciate it.
So, yeah, you are welcome at our house anytime, either one of you. So,
Thanks,
we'd love
buddy.
to have you. When you come down for those regionals, just load up some of those old Atlanta members and have them buy the gas, and you're good to go. Bring them with you. They can play some golf.
Well, I'll be coming from Hilton Head, so they'll have to find their own way down there.
There you go. I got you. There you go. Load up some of them old boys. Throw McCormick in the trunk. Bring it with you.
Let's do it. Well, again, if you got food, booze, and gambling, he's in.
Exactly.
There we go.
Exactly. So it's good. Looking forward to it, man. We appreciate everything y'all do for the tour. We're gonna really, really, really push the podcast on our weekly emails and everything going out this year. So we're gonna bring you guys some more followers. So that's our goal, to help you grow as well.
I appreciate it. We need it. I think this is going to be a big year for us as well. Again, just look at some of the things we're doing. We're doing video now. We're going to be doing a couple other things that we're going to roll out throughout the year. It's kind of taken on a life of its own, in a good way. I love doing it. from my perspective, being able to talk to people all across the country and find out what's going on and listen to the fun stuff that's going on in their tours and being able to share that, with all of our members, it's just a lot of fun for me.
Sure. How cool is it, though, too, when you show up at Nationals? I got guys coming up I haven't seen in 365 days hugging it out. I got Tony James from Augusta Tour. Hey, Terry, let's two-man up. And then we go and, we make some money in the senior two-man. Just, it's super cool. I see him.
It is.
Well, he was in the final group at the regional did I tell you how much that I won the regional in 2024 also? The Myrtle Beach that Marty put on. Remember, we talked about that before, but man.
Weren't you on the podcast?
Right. We're going to try to emulate Marty's regional because, man, I told you guys this already, but that's been way back at St. Patrick's Day. But what a freaking class act. What a first class regional. That's our goal this year at the regionals for both the seniors and the golf week. If you come to those, you're going to get treated like a champion. I hope you believe was one. Or if not, second behind me. Whatever.
Terry's putting a lot of pressure on us to run some great regionals here.
Well, I'm sure that you will. I mean, it's
it's going to be fun.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to it. And Terry, I'll be in touch because I got some ideas I want to run by you about some other stuff and maybe we can help each other out.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
Over beautiful downtown Buford where we're good time.
We'll talk about it.
Oh. Yeah, he lost them again.
Yeah.
Oh, here I come.
All right, there we go.
I don't know what happened to my computer. I'll have to talk to you offline about that, Mark. Something went haywire, but it's all good. Running two emails now, Golf Week and Senior. Try to toggle back and forth. Yeah, I'm not really good toggler. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good.
Thanks for your time, guys, man. I don't want to hold you up. I appreciate y'all.
All right, guys. Again, thanks so much for joining us. I appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys.
Okay.
Take care.
All right. Appreciate it. See you guys. See you, Chris.
Bye.
Let's take a break from the show to hear about Srixon's ZX Mark II irons.
A great iron set needs more than good looks. It's got to be fast and got to be pure. But good looks never hurt either. The all-new ZX Mark II irons from Srixon.
Chris, anytime Terry Lawson's on, it's a fun time. It's a fun conversation. But, again, as we go through, and we're really going to try as hard as we can to make sure that we get every one of the Directors Cup champions in because, make a little light of it. But whoever's idea that was, whether it was Dennis's or other members or tour directors, that I think is one of the best ideas that has come down the road for us as tour directors in a long time. What that did in terms of anticipation and excitement from the tour directors playing in national championship, I thought was a phenomenal idea and huge success.
I mean, you're telling me it was, we'll get to mine in a bit, but when I first saw the email saying that, this idea was floating around and we're going to do it, I immediately got excited because obviously, number one, everyone's goal is to become a national champ, but let's be real, only one person can actually do it. Right. So me personally, since the first time I've been out there was one, first goal is to obviously be in contention and be at that top half of the course for day 3, because then that means that you still have a chance regardless of how far back you are. Goal 2 is make the money. Again, there's going to be one champion, but if I can make the money, I think that's a successful national championship. But adding this was also like, okay, where am I at? I'm 4 strokes back from the lead, but also where am I at between all my other directors? Because one, this is the first time we're doing this. And for me, this is the first and last time in B-Flight to have a chance. Because I've talked about it numerous times. Come January 1st, I'm going to be an A-Flight and I'm going to give it all I can. And I don't want to have to move down. I want to continue to grow and become a better golfer. And I mean, that's what this tour is all about. So this is my first and last chance to try and win B-Flight. So that just brought a little bit extra, and being able to kind of scoreboard watch at the end to see, okay, am I beating so-and-so, or where are we at tied, or it was just so much fun at that point.
Yes. And again, it's the bragging rights thing. And, I mean, you heard Mark, bragging on Robbie, right? Bragging over Robbie. I mean, he beat Robbie, and I think it was on the last hole, because I was at that course that they were at, and I think he beat him on the last hole, and they were neck and neck the whole time. You and Rick Wigington playoff,
Right.
huge. But let me just run down the overall winners, just so everybody knows. On the senior side, it was Trey Coker. He's Louisiana. A flight was Chuck Smith from Central Carolina. Then we had Mark Lank, who we just had on, and he was B flight. Terry Lawson was C flight, and D flight was Solo Smith. So we had a husband and wife winners. In A flight and C flight. That in and of itself was pretty cool.
Yep. Yeah, anything can happen. And, I don't think there was one flight where it was just one director in there. I think they had multiple directors in, so they were able to compete against other people. And the trophies that Dennis got us were outstanding. Can't wait to, after Christmas decorations go away and all that, be able to show that loud and proud. But, a belt would have been pretty cool too, to be able to pass the belt around every year, turn it in at director's meeting, and see who takes it away for a year. Dennis, if you're listening, you know my address. You can send me mine if you'd like, if you want to change it up. Because, Tim, I'll wear that belt around my waist that whole director's meeting before I got to turn that thing in.
There you go. But that's what you should do, right?
Right. And then, you know what? I might just buy my own and just continue that tradition for B-Flight.
There you go.
But no, I mean, it was great. It was awesome. And I think I got more congratulations when I posted that from my tour than actually placing, which was pretty cool. Getting those text messages.
That's pretty awesome feeling right there, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
And on the Golfweek side, champ flight, we had Steve Calhoun, who we had on earlier tonight. A flight was Derek Barnes from Denver. And that was pretty tough, pretty close as well. Brandon Peterson, who we had on, Derek beat him by 2 strokes, so it was pretty close. He won in the playoff over Rick Wigington for B flight.
Yeah.
Terry Lawson, who we just had on, he got he did the rare double, both Golfweek and senior, and Patina Martinez from
one D flight.
Yeah, one D flight. So
yeah,
we're gonna do our best to get every one of those on at some point in the near future. Hopefully by the end of January, get them on and congratulate them properly, because it's again what that did for tour directors and the camaraderie and the anticipation and that bragging rights and all that other good stuff was I thought was really, really good. And so kudos on whoever's idea it was, whether it was Dennis's, other tour directors. And I say that because I don't know one way or the other whose idea it was. So whoever's idea it was, nice job.
I mean, I think what was cool was, we knew we had a tie in B flight. And I asked Jen, because she was at the course, I said, what do we do for a tie? Like, do we go play it out? If it was a normal national championship, we go play it out. And she's like, I don't even know. Call Dennis, ask him. So sure enough, I text Dennis, hey, what do we do if it's a tie? He's like, come over here to where the main party is, and you're going to play 18. I'm like, oh, great. Because I know 18, a par 5, long par 5, dog leg. You got to go through this chute of trees, and we haven't played that course, so we don't know how the greens are rolling. We don't know anything about what's going on. Show up, first thing, where's your clubs? And you're waiting for me. It's like, now I got double pressure. I got to get on the podcast and play this. You're holding
everybody up. Hold up the whole progress, man. The whole plan of what's supposed to go on all held up because of you.
I know. But we get our clubs. We drive out to the tee box, and you can't see anything off this tee box.
No, you can't.
So we hit our second. We hit our tees. We go to our second shot, and we look at the green, and 20 directors are there just watching, a gallery of them on the green. Hit our approach shots, a par 5, so we both laid up, and then we get on the green, and he hits his shot, and they're cheering for him, and I'm like, all right, well, let's see what I can do. And lovely Gina is standing right behind the flag, and I'm thinking to myself, Gina, if you don't move in your highlighter yellow shirt, if I hit this thing too well, it's gonna hit you. Let's just go after it. Hit it right over this tree, and I'm telling you, it was like a roar of Tiger coming down 18 at Augusta, just about to win the Masters. It was crazy, and you can't see where the ball lands on this green because there's this big hill in front of it. And we roll up, and I'm 4 feet. I think it was the best shot I hit all weekend.
Yeah, and, that green is pretty well protected. I mean, it really is.
Right,
and it's again, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's narrow. I mean, it's not very deep.
It's very skinny. It's very skinny, and it doesn't even go with the court with the hole. It goes, perpendicular to it.
Yeah, right.
But we talk about nationals and the directors and the camaraderie and the trash talking and all this. I kid you not, I walk up and Cephas right off the gate. I didn't even grab my putter right. Oh, we don't want to see a 3-putt. We'd hate to see a 3-putt from 4 feet. I'm like, oh my God, dude. Let me grab my putt. And I am not lying to you when I tell you this. I was shaking on that first putt. I couldn't calm my nerves. I don't think I've shaken over a putt in forever, since my first victory. And yeah, I missed it and made the backup, which was longer than the downhill. So it was great. It was a lot of fun. I've seen the pictures online and they look amazing. And thankfully Gina recorded it. And I mean, it was a great time. And, like you said, whoever brought up that idea, kudos, because I think it's going to be something that's going to be popular for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, yeah. And what you should have said to Cephas was, don't worry about what I'm doing. Just make sure you got all your stuff off your cart.
I was just trying to stay calm. I couldn't even think about anything. I think because I wanted it that bad.
Right.
It meant a little bit more, and I think the bragging rights for that year, means a lot.
Mm-hmm. Well, overall, and I told you this, when we were doing the interviews with the winners, I'm really proud of how you played. Especially after that conversation that we had. Was it Wednesday night, Thursday night, whatever it was. When we were there with Matt and Scott,
with Dennis and them,
yeah, because I think not honest. I'm not saying that I had any role in it, but I think your mindset changed after that conversation. The whole idea is, you came down here to win, and that's your mindset. Don't worry about the haggling over this or haggling over that, because the reality is, and I know you picked up on this, the people that are good golfers and good gambling golfers, that's how they get in your head, right? They nickel and dime you over a stroke here or a stroke there, and now the
your mind's on
the
something
people
else.
that may not be as good at golfers are now all of a sudden, oh my gosh, we're in our head. Don't worry about that. Just go out there and hit your ball, play your game, and it'll work out. And you did that.
Right.
Because, think about this. We joked with Terry and Mark that Terry, in the C flight, he shot 5 solid D flight rounds. And Mark in the B flight, he shot two solid C flight rounds. Out of those people, and I need to go back and look at the other scores. You shot 3 solid B flight rounds, right where you should have been.
Yeah,
solid B flight rounds.
It was great to have to learn to step back when I was on the bogey train, and figure out what's going on in a split second, and not really try and fix it, but adjust to it.
Right.
My hybrids were fading a little bit more than I would like. So then just adjust a little bit to the left and have it fall in like a butterfly with sore feet. And I mean, it was working out. And being able to do that kind of, I think, like you said, took me to the next level and was able to get me where I really wanted to be.
Yeah. So I'm not really calling anybody out there, but the A flight, 1 A round, 2 B rounds. We know what you did. We know what Terry did. And obviously D flight, well, so patina, 92, 94, 89. I mean, good. I mean, I don't know where
rounds. Yeah.
I don't know where she finished it in the standings, in the overall standings, but that's respectable. I mean, that's,
Right.
And then if you look at the seniors, again, I'm not looking at championship, but A flight, 2 B flight rounds. B flight, we talked about, a B flight and a C flight. Terry again, D flight and D flight is D flight. So when you look at all 10 of those, all 10 of the winners, let's say 8 winners. Let's take out the champ flight guys, right? You're the only one that really shot the flight rounds, good solid flight rounds.
Yeah,
I'm really proud of the way you did it. Anyway,
appreciate it. I can't wait for next year's, honestly. Yeah.
Well, I think you, like I said, you're moving up to A flight, and
Yeah.
Let's talk about setting some realistic goals, right? And we don't have to do that now, or even
Right.
But maybe come January, we talk about setting realistic goals, and where do you want to be in March? Where do you want to be in July? Where do you want to be in September? Right? And work,
I think that's the
work
main
on certain
thing.
things. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing to set goals regardless of what flight you're in, because it gives you something to look forward to. And I will say this, I think playing these regional events gets you ready for nationals. I mean, before you and me traveled, I'd only play TPC and then that was it. Maybe one more if we traveled, as a guys trip. But being able to do as many as I did, I think got me prepared for the bigger groups and the tougher competition, and taking second and third in 2 out of town regionals gives you a real confidence boost moving forward to the nationals.
It does. Well, so that's that. We're gonna. This is the last episode of the 2024 season. I think we've done a good job wrapping things up from that perspective. But registration is opening up differently this year than it has in the past. It's generally been on Black Friday, but it's going to be on Green Monday. Green Monday.
Again, we don't know what that means, but okay.
Well, let's talk about you hit the ball on the green. It's golf terminology. It's
okay.
The grass is green, money's green. We all want more of that.
Savings, more green in your pocket.
So again, that's going to open up on the 25th of November, right before Thanksgiving.
Yep.
So again, register early. You fill out the join tour form, pay your local tour membership, and get registered soon because here we go already. It's going to go by quick.
It's the we're getting in the roller coaster. We're getting buckled. They're coming and checking their harnesses, and once that membership kicks off, that's the start of the lead up to that roller coaster until your first event. And once your first event starts, it's downhill from there. I mean, it's a fun ride, and it all comes down to national championship, and then the ride's over for a little while.
Exactly. I mean, but if you think about it, okay, we're 50 some days away from the first tournament.
Jeez, don't say it like that.
Well, think about it. I mean, we're ready to get rolling, man.
Yeah.
50 some days away from Southern Icebreaker at Harbortown, Robert Trent Jones, January 4th and 5th. So do what you got to do. Get it done. Register. We're going to have another couple big announcements coming up over the next few weeks for podcasts and some other things going on. So registered and let's do this. Let's look forward to a good 2025 season.
Yes, definitely. It's going to be fun. It keeps getting better and better every year.
It does.
You just bring your friends. Let your friends know about, if your friends are on the fence about joining us or joining the tour, show them the podcast, and I'm pretty sure we'll convince them, because there's no other tour in the country that has two of their own guys hosting a podcast for just information on their tour.
Exactly. All right, my friend. Hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. Again, registration opens up on November 25th for Green Monday. Make sure you get that done. Our next episode, first episode of the 2025 season, will drop on, I think it's the 2nd, December 2nd. Whew. It's in 2 weeks, bud.
It's right after Thanksgiving.
It's right after Thanksgiving.
Since we are a video podcast, if I'm eating some cherry pie or we're doing interviews, don't get mad at me, all right?
Well, if you're eating cherry pie, you better ship me some.
Will do.
All right, my friend. It's good seeing you. Hope you got some rest, because we're ready to get rolling.
I'm ready. I'm excited. Let's do this.
All right, bud. Take care.
Likewise.
All right, that's a wrap for this week's episode. But Chris, after all this time, you would think we would remember this stuff.
We forget to tell people how to register, didn't we?
Yep. Take it away.
If you're not already part of the Golfweek Amateur Tour and you want to join us, registration for the 2025 season opens on Green Monday. That is Monday, November 25th.
All you need to do is go to amateurgolftour.net, click the Join the Tour button, and pay your local tour's membership dues.
And hey, don't forget, if you're enjoying the podcast, you can catch us wherever you listen, whether it's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google, or another favorite spot. Be sure to download, share it with your golf buddies, and throw us a quick review if you're feeling the love. It helps us keep bringing you the good stuff and reaching even more golfers out there. Thanks for hanging with us, and until next time, keep swinging and having fun out there.
We'll see you next time. Take care.